There you
Yeah.
have it. Dr. Santa,
Hi, how are you?
I didn't know you are light skinned.
No big deal, bro. We're just the same people, right?
Uko.
Nico, bro. Nico.
So you are in Norway. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
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 Man, how is life treating you?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah?
Not so bad. Yeah, just surviving.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Man, we've been wanting to have this conversation for the longest time. Now we are here.
I know, I know, I know. It's been difficult. How is Texas?
Texas is hot.
Man, you know how cold it is over here. It's like 11 degrees or something like that. 14 degrees.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Man, every year it gets hotter than the previous year. It is miserably hot.
How hot? How hot is it?
Right now, it's 7 o'clock
Yeah.
and it's 77 degrees.
Oh, oh,
77 in Celsius is 25.
25 degrees. But it's not like the humid hot like Mombasa kind of thing.
Let's go back to Fahrenheit. The humidity, no, air quality is good. Humidity, it feels like 79. Where is
Okay.
it? Well, humidity is 86 degrees. It's
Okay.
cloudy. Yeah,
Yeah.
the sun is barely trying to come up.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. But man, every year. And it's going to end up being 90, 93. Not too bad. 93 by 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But we are already seeing the 100, 100, 103, 104. Yeah.
man, that's the kind of weather I like. It's very very warm. That's good.
You like warm weather?
Yeah, bro. It's very good warm weather.
I like Nairobi weather. If I can package Nairobi weather and walk around with it everywhere, I would be set for life.
I understand.
Man, how did you end up in Norway?
I just applied for a job.
From Kenya?
No, 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 from Kenya. So I started from Poland. So I finished high school in Kabarak in 2015, and then
You you
I got
you
called.
you wait. So you are born in Mombasa.
Yes, I'm born in Mombasa, raised in Mombasa,
Which
but I
which
didn't.
which part of
I
Michiganda?
no, so Giriama.
Aha.
Yeah, Giriama.
And then you you went to Kabalak High School.
So I went to because the thing is the schools in Mombasa are not good.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they're bad, but in terms of the influence of drugs.
Okay.
So there's a big influence of drugs. So my parents didn't want me to study in Mombasa, so I studied in Voi.
In Voi.
Yes. So I did my primary basic in Voi till class 8,
Yeah.
and then I got called to some high school in Voi, Kenyatta High School or something like that. But I
You
didn't
didn't
want
want to
to
go
go.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily I got links, and I went to Kabarak. I ended up at Kabarak.
That's why I was asking about Kabarak because I was curious to know how you catapulted yourself from Mombasa to Kabarak.
Kabarak changed everything in me.
That's a huge change
Change.
for a
Yeah.
custodian.
It's a huge change. It's a. I can't even. I'm very thankful for Kabarak.
Man.
Yeah. When I go to Kabarak and you see how the rich people live and people have dreams, and,
Yeah.
and then you start believing that you also can achieve those kind of dreams.
There you go. The positive influence.
Yeah, the positive influence from your
Yeah.
environment. That's that's
Yeah.
that's what changed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you there around the same time with and what is the name of this artist?
Oh,
Kapoko or something. Kapoko.
no, I don't remember him coming actually.
Do you remember Ex Tiandela?
No, Extendela never came to Kabarak. In
Okay,
my
so
time, I don't remember him coming.
it was not in your time. Okay.
No, it was not in my time. So because I started in 2012.
2012. Okay.
Yeah. Started in 2012 and I finished in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that life? Even the transit itself from Mombasa all the way to Nakuru. It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. It's very crazy. And then it was very cold in the beginning.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I had like basic primary boarding school, so I was used to the life of boarding school.
Yeah.
But then the thing is also, on the other hand, it's very challenging because in Mombasa you just speak Swahili every time, and then in
Hmm.
Kabarak you're coming in with kids from Nairobi and they speak really really good English, and they blend it with they mix it with Sheng, and it was very very good experience. You see people. I've studied with grandsons of Moi, very influential people in power right now,
Yeah.
and you see how they are and how they behave, and then it just changes you, and it gives you motivation to go to the highest limits.
Man, that exposure in itself, especially for somebody from the coast, where it almost sounds like Mombasa, coast province itself is completely isolated from the mainland.
It's true, and then the
Yeah.
thinking changes. I just when I finished my first year of high school,
Yeah.
when I went back home in Mtwapa, I couldn't relate with my friends. I couldn't,
Wow.
because the thinking is two different things. Yani, you have a conversation with someone and you're like, I mean, you can't relate with them anymore.
No.
But then people think that you're proud, but it's not pride. It's just perspectives have changed. That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
And self-awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, that is a blessing in disguise.
Bro, it was an eye opening for me. It was the biggest ever. I think it was the biggest thing that helped me reach here right now. Going to
Yeah.
Kabarak, that was the
So
biggest thing.
after Kabarak, you went to college in Holland,
Nice.
Netherlands.
So after Kabarak, I got an airplane in KCSE. And then I got into med school in Nairobi,
Okay.
UAN. So I got the enough points to get into med school in UAN. But me, since I was second year of high school, I had talked to my parents and I told them I really don't want to study in Kenya. I told them if there was something I want to do is medicine in my second
Yeah.
year of high school, because I was really good in the sciences. I
Yeah.
was I was really good. It was my strength, especially biology and chemistry.
Yeah.
And so I knew I would get into medicine, especially when there's this guy called Ben Casso.
I know Ben Carson.
Yeah. So I read the book, the novel of Ben Casso on Gifted Hands when I was in high
Yeah.
school, my second year of
Yeah.
high school. And then when I finished the book, I went and saw the movie, and I was like, this is what I want to do. So I went and talked to my parents and I told them, look, I want to do this thing, but I don't want to do it in Kenya.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's see how it goes. And then
So the
luckily,
idea, the idea
yeah,
of not doing it in Kenya, was it also inspiration from the Gifted Hands or the company you kept?
no, the idea of not doing in Kenya was I knew it would take longer in Kenya because I was
Ah,
watching at how things are moving in Kenya and the universities guys are striking,
the
and I didn't
strike.
want that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted a smooth kind of education system
Yeah.
without strikes, without anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So second year at UN,
No, I
you
didn't. I didn't. I didn't join UN. What happened is, so after high
you
school,
didn't.
I didn't join UN. I didn't join. What happens? I got the calling letter, and then we went to visit my dad in Norway. Okay, and then so my brother had gotten out school in Italy, in
Hmm.
Milan. So the university is called Cattolica. So he had gotten a school in Cattolica. So we were just chilling in my dad's place, and then all of a sudden he gets the email, you've gotten admission to Cattolica. Okay, and I had also applied to university in Poland at that time. I had
Okay.
applied back in Kenya. So when my brother got the admission, like probably 2 3 days afterwards, the Poland school is calling us. He says they were saying I need to go and do entrance examination,
Okay.
and I need to go in and do it in Germany. So my dad told them this information you gave us. is very like it's very abrupt.
Yeah.
But can we delay the entrance exam? So we delayed it by 1 week, and we went and did it. We took a trip. Me, my brother, and my dad. We took a trip to Germany, and then in Berlin. So I went. We stayed in like a hotel. We were sharing a room in a hotel.
Yeah.
I remember that day. You know, when you go to shower in the hotel, you can hear. I could hear my brother and my dad talking, and my dad was like, "Do you think this guy will pass this exam?" I was like, you know. So I went into the exam. It was a biology and chemistry paper. I did
Yeah.
the exam, and then afterwards, there was someone on the screen, like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And then I asked them, how was it? Because I couldn't see my points. And they told me, we couldn't be talking to you right now if you hadn't passed the exam.
Wow.
And then they asked me oral biological questions like, which topic do you like? And I always like that. So we started discussing. It was just basic high school thing. No,
You are a teenager at this time.
yeah. At that time, if it was the highest, it was 19. Because
Whoa.
I started med school when I was 19 or 18 there, around there, 19.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be 19 because I finished when I was 25. Yeah,
Whoa. And the test was in English, obviously.
yeah. It was in purely English,
Yeah.
purely English. And then after that, they told me, yes, you've got an admission as well. So we went from Berlin to Milano because my brother is called Safari. So Safari had gotten a place in Milano in Cattolica. So
Yeah.
we just went and booked the accommodation and things like that. And afterwards, we came back to Norway, went back to Kenya, booked the visas and everything. And then everyone started going to different countries. So Safari went first to Italy. And then after a couple of weeks, I started my life in Poland. It was in October. October, yeah.
So you went to Poland.
I went to Gdansk, in Poland.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's where you did the undergraduate? Or they put you
That's why I did.
directly into the system?
No, no, no. So you just go and start first year of med school. That's it. So the system is like if you don't get enough points to get into
Yeah.
med school, you
Yeah.
do what we call a pre-med.
Okay.
But I was lucky, and I think it was a combination of luck and hard work as well, because I believe luck comes when you push yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you just stay there, luck doesn't come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luck,
so I
luck,
started
luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
exactly, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started my first year in Poland in Gdansk, and it was really amazing, really challenging at the same time. So I
Yeah.
remember my whole first year of med school, I never partied, never went to clubs because it was extremely hard. It was extremely hard, and it was made hard in such a way that they want to reduce the amount of people going to second year. So you had to
Wow.
fight for your place. So you have
Mchujo.
exactly, it's mchujo, you know.
Mchujo.
Yeah, and if you fail anatomy, you will repeat first year. Or if you fail physiology or one of the major big subjects, you know. And for me, I was just given one chance by my parents. So
Yeah.
if I was told if you repeat, we are not going to pay for it because I didn't take any loans or anything. It was just purely money from my
Yeah.
parents.
And
And
then the
so
and then there's the harsh weather.
and then there's the harsh weather, extremely cold.
Yeah.
Extremely cold, and then the time changes, especially if it's winter. It gets dark at 3 o'clock. You know,
And the
uh,
summer, the sun stays up longer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, it
Wow.
was, it was challenging, really challenging.
Were you staying on campus?
Yeah, I stayed in campus all my life.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to go to private renting things. I
Yeah.
couldn't afford. Yeah,
And did they have off-campus working opportunities?
yeah. Of course, I worked in McDonald's, bro.
There
I
you
have a
go.
scar on my. I
There
have
you
a
go.
scar on my skin. I worked. I used to leave classes after classes, I have to go and work in
Yeah,
McDonald's. I worked in McDonald's. I worked till I got a scar on my hand.
that
Just
builds
to
that's what
just to
builds
find
that's
just to
what builds
finance it.
character.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because that rhythm now gets in your system that you have to be reliable, you have to be dependable.
exactly. Yeah,
And that pattern is what builds a man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what builds someone. Yeah.
So how long did you stay in Poland?
So I went. Luckily, I didn't repeat any year in med school.
Yeah.
I just had a smooth. So med school is like the first 3 years. They're very difficult. They're extremely difficult. The first 3 years. If you can manage to finish the first 3 years of med school, you can manage the rest of them. That's how it is. So
Hmm.
when I got into fourth year, that's when I started living life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing DJ gigs because I used to do a DJ. I used to be a DJ.
Aha. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would organize parties with my friends. I had a Nigerian friend who
Yeah.
would organize parties, but then it reached a point he was charging very low fees, and he was he was doing parties every week, and I keep telling him, look, if you want people to come, you need to create demand. So it means you do a party once in 4 months, but that once in 4 months, you make sure the party is sick. You know,
Yeah.
is sick, and you charge very good, and people will come. But
Yeah.
him, he got greedy and he did it every week, and then the demand went down. He died. So I
Whoa.
went and worked. I went and worked in a call center.
Aha. What was the product?
American company called Square.
What is it?
Square, you know Square?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I have
So I
square.
worked.
I have square
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So the thing
At
about
the
Square is,
I have square at the
yeah,
top right there.
exactly. So the thing about Square is they use workers from cheap countries, labor.
Yes.
So we would be customer service. So when you call and you tell me you have a problem with your Square or something, I would
Hmm.
try and fix it for you.
Yeah.
So I worked in Square just to finance yourself and to try to have a good life, not depending on your parents as well.
Yeah. And the soft skills also very important.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Yeah. The problem solving, relating
Hmm.
with the people,
Yeah,
understanding
yeah.
people's frustrations and people's concerns, and embodying them that and becoming the solution to those things. Those things are very important to people especially in young people's life.
They're extremely important. But then it was taking a toll on me, especially when you have to jungle between medicine and working at the same time. So
Yeah.
most of the time you end up really exhausted,
Yeah.
really, really exhausted.
So the fourth year you started losing out.
Yeah,
And
I
how
started because in fourth
uh-huh.
year, so in fourth year you start clinicals.
Yeah.
Fourth year, fifth year, sixth year is just basic clinicals. You go for rotations. So
Yeah.
it's chill. You finish the basic sciences, which was like really, really hard. So at least you start loosening up, going out, meeting people, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you transition from Poland?
So I finished 6 years. So I had so many challenges, bro. When I was in fifth year, the UK system has what we call NHS. So NHS has a system whereby the newly graduates who will finish probably in a year's time can do what we call the foundation year program.
Okay.
So for you to do foundation year program, one, you need to pass club. So it's like a medical entry exam or something like that. So you need to first pass the first club and then you do the second one. But I was lucky. If you study within the European Union, you don't need to do these exams.
Okay.
You just need to pass an English test called IELTS. So my first dream, my first destination whereby I wanted to go was UK. Okay,
Yeah.
so I tried IELTS, and IELTS you had to get 7.5 in reading, listening, writing, and speaking.
Uh-huh.
What happens is for you to get into the foundation program, you need to get 7.5 in every category.
Okay.
So what happens is I used to get 8 in everything and a 7 in writing. I did IELTS 5 times and I never went in. 5 times.
Whoa.
I even went ahead and did OET and I still never went in. That's why that's you see in this world. My dad used to tell me, and I never believed it till it happened. He used to tell me, Santa, if you keep pushing and it doesn't open, it is not for you.
Yeah.
So every time I'm going to do the first IELTS, I miss the second IELTS. And then there's a deadline for the application. Because if you apply in fifth year, you will start working in UK sixth year immediately after graduation.
Yeah.
So that's what was my plan. But then I didn't make it into the entry to start working after sixth year. So when I finished sixth year, I had my second option, Malta. Malta had very good conditions to enter, whereby
Okay.
the IELTS score was less. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but then what happens is I went and did an oral interview in Malta, but I didn't succeed. I passed the exam, the orals, but there were so many people ahead of me, and I didn't make it to get in as well, in Malta. So your option one is failed. Your option two is has also failed.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back home. I didn't want to waste time working in Poland in call centers and all these kind of things. Because normally normal people would do that, you know. They finish school, nursing school or med school, and they want to remain in Poland till they figure out where to go. But the thing is, when you remain in Poland and you're trying to figure out where to go, and you're doing odd jobs, these odd jobs don't pay you so much. So what
Yeah.
happens is you're living in a vicious cycle. You're just getting money, you're paying rent. Getting money, you're paying rent. Getting money, you're paying rent. That's it. And you're living, yes, but time is going. So I didn't want to end up in that kind of life. So I decided to go home
This is
after
after
6 years.
6 years.
Yes, this was 2022 July. I went back home.
Right there.
Went back
That
home.
that that story you're giving me right now,
Yes.
another young man in the same space where you are right now
Hmm.
gave me exactly the same story, but he was in Germany.
Yeah.
That he,
So me,
he did not he did not want to lower the quality of his output by staying there and doing manual jobs. So he went
yeah.
back to Tanzania. He was a Tanzanian guy.
Yeah. The guy who got a good job in engineering or something like that. And he has
Yes,
started. I
he
saw
had
the
this.
interview, and he started his own company in Tanzania, and he was building things.
He had the same exact journey
I
up
listened
to
to
this
him. I
point.
listened. Yeah.
Yes. So you
Actually, if
come
you
back
can
to
link me up with that guy, it would be really good.
yeah, yeah. Remind me on the text after we finish, and I'll link you up.
Because it seems like he's a very focused person.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So you went
So
back to Kenya with 6 years of medical education.
yes, went back to Kenya, and then I had to register myself as a doctor in Kenya. And for you
Okay.
to register yourself as a doctor, you need to have worked in the hospital for 4 months. So I started working in Coast General Hospital from July. I worked all the way till around April or something like that. But there was a month I also worked in Moi. So for you to take the Kenyan medical exam, you need to work for a period minimum 4 months.
Hmm.
Okay. But let me tell you, this going back to Kenya, it's it's I learned so much. Because yes, I was not getting paid in the hospital, but I was learning. I was taking part in emergency work. I was working in the medicine ward. It is this kind of experience that I use it till now. And you're just coming to work, but you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
And it's optional. Of course, it's optional. What happens is you have an option whereby this is what many people do. They come probably 1 2 months and then they go and get their paper signed that they have done the 4 months. They just chill at home.
Yeah.
But me, I didn't want that. You know, So I had a friend who had studied in University of Nairobi as well, and he was doing paid internship, and I was what we call a pre-intern. So I worked with him, and it was very amazing. So after
Nice.
that, I did my medical licensing exam in May 2023,
Yeah.
and I passed it on the first try. So they told me you need to wait 1 year to get posted. Okay, I had selected Nyeri. So you don't select it. It's like it's called balloting. So you click a spinning wheel, and where the wheel will stop, that's where you will go. So for me,
Man.
the wheel stopped in Nyeri,
Yeah.
and then I was told I had to wait for 1 year.
Yeah.
Now in my head, I'm like, what will I do in 1 year? You know, what
You
will
have
I do
spent
now?
4 months getting
No,
this placement
I've,
for free to get the
yeah,
experience.
yeah, and this placement is free. You don't get paid.
Yeah.
So this placement started in July 2022
Yeah.
till May, because May was the exam. So I went till April 2023. But I
Yeah.
had like 1 month work. There was a point I was working also in Moi, like, but just for 1 month only.
Are they paying you like residence scale?
No, you're not getting paid, bro. You're not getting paid at all. I was just living on my parents.
Wow.
Yeah. But you're just doing it because you love it. That's it,
Yes. And you need the
bro.
experience. You need the
Yes,
exposure.
and yes,
You
you need
need
the
multiple
exposure.
case studies to practice
Yes,
with.
and I used to go for night shifts. I worked in
Yeah.
the neonatology. I worked in the neonatology department. I worked in medicine. I worked in surgery department. Worked in emergency department. You're just going because you love it.
Yeah.
And at that time, you're like, you see your friends going in UK or different places, and you're doubting yourself. You know? Oh yeah, yeah, for real. But,
The Tanzanian guy said exactly the same words.
yeah, I'm telling
Exactly the
you,
same words.
you're just going, bro. You don't know what will happen. You're just going. So when they told me I have to wait for 1 year, I was like, nah, this will not work. So in my school, in Poland, there's what we call stage. So if you have finished not not more than 2 years since your last graduation, you have the opportunity to go back in Poland and do stage. So it's like a 6 months internship period.
Okay.
And after that, you get the licensing of being a European doctor.
Okay.
So, but this stage is paid. You have to
Uh-huh.
pay for it, and you're not getting money as well. You understand?
You have to pay
You know?
into it.
Yeah, you have to pay.
Pay
You
to
have to
work.
pay for it. Yes, you have to pay for it.
Uh-huh.
So
So
I wrote to the school.
it's like a bridge program.
Not a bridge program. It's just you need to do this stage, this like internship thing, 6 months, so that
Yeah.
you can go and do what we call the LEC. LEC was like licensing exam.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot do the LEC if you've not done the stage,
Okay.
the 6 months training program.
Yeah.
You cannot get a license. You need both two at the same time. So I wrote to the school. I told them, hey, look, I want to come back and do stage. Okay, yeah, because I had studied there, it was an easy link, very fast. They sent me the documents. After 1 week, I was out. I was out of Kenya. I'm going to do stage. I don't know what will happen. I am just going. You remember, you're just being supported by your parents, who at this time they're almost tired of you because we become like a burden, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went. So I went back to my old job, the call center job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it used to be some days I was working in the call center, and then at night I'm probably doing emergency work in the hospital. And I had the advantage because I used to understand Polish. I could understand Polish, but my speaking is not good, but I would understand. And
Okay.
if I was speaking, I could also speak the medical terms.
Okay.
It was another advantage,
Yeah.
you know. So and then the thing about stage is you go with senior doctors, and you see patients with senior doctors, and you go for GP consultations with senior doctors. So that was also good. And then I was working at the same time. I was working in Square, as a customer service provider.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, passed the medical licensing exam in September 2023.
Yeah.
Then stage was finishing in January around there. So I
Uh-huh.
sit down. At that point, I was living in a shared apartment, a single room. Single room. I ask myself now, so what happens if this stage finishes? So it's either you remain in Poland, you work as a doctor in Poland, but then for you to remain in Poland, you had to take what we call the Polish medical exam. So they're testing both the language capabilities and also the medical language. And this exam used to be twice a year. And it's very hard. Polish language, it's a very, very hard language. Yes, you can understand, but then when it comes to the exam, it's another thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So me, I didn't want to remain in Poland, basically. So what happened is I asked myself, what will I do? So I had heard of Sweden. There were so many Swedish students who were studying in my uni. So I started learning Swedish. I decided, okay, let me learn a language. Let me learn Swedish.
Holy
So I went
moly.
online, found a Swedish teacher who was charging me 30 euros per hour.
Oh, you are not doing it on Rosesta. You are doing it with a human.
Yes, with a human. Yeah, because look, if you want to learn a language, the easiest way is you get a teacher. You get someone who is really good in this language.
Whoa.
You can't
Okay.
do it alone. If you do it alone, it takes time.
Yeah.
And me, I had a deadline. I want to get somewhere because stage was finishing in January.
Yeah.
And I started learning the language in September because at least I wanted to get something. I just had this thing which was telling me I need to get something before stage finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I got a teacher. The teacher was charging me 30 euros per hour. Okay.
Whoa.
I managed to pay every time. Every class I managed to pay. But then I told this teacher, because I realized Swedish is a very, very easy language. It is extremely easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So she had taught me how to pronounce the words. Okay. So what happened is she used to give me assignments in advance, and I would clear it, do it all. So she would send me the textbooks of assignments and the Swedish textbooks, the A1 and the A2 textbook, and she would tell me go and do this assignment so that by the time we are starting the class again, we will go very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have learned how to pronounce the words. I have the book free of charge. What do you think I did? I went back and told the teacher I've changed my mind. I'm not doing Swedish. Because I realized, why would I pay 30 euros if someone has already taught me how to pronounce and I have the book?
Kaingiza ujanja kidogo hapo.
Yes, look, you've taught me to pronounce every word. We've gone through things, through the books, and we've had. I know I was very confident with the pronouncing, and I was like, okay, so if I have the book, I have Google, and I know how to pronounce. Yalla, let's go. I told her, look, I changed my mind. And she was like, yeah, all the best. Yeah.
Whoa.
I left my work in Square.
Uh-huh.
That was like, remember, you're still juggling between the stage thing and now we're juggling between stage thing and what is it called?
Like,
In the Swedish language. Like I finished like long time ago.
okay.
Yeah. But now we're almost towards the end of because stage is finishing around January, so we're almost towards the end. So it was around October, November. So I started learning Swedish, and I would learn. I changed my stage cycle in such a way that I don't go night shifts. So I stay at night and I study. And on the weekends I used to go to library. So I would stay in the library on Saturday from morning 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Swedish. Swedish, 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 Swedish. I don't know. I just had something in me that tells me this language will help me. I don't know. what it was till today. Okay, I come back home, I listen to Swedish podcast at night. Just sit, listen to Swedish podcast.
Holy moly.
Yes, listen to Swedish podcast. And then I met a colleague of mine who studied in the same uni, who had worked in Sweden as well, and he came from Syria. Okay,
Mhm.
so he told me, there's this Swedish teacher online. He has this course from A1 to C1. It's a package, and you pay roughly around 1,000 euros.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah, pay roughly around 1,000 euros. I say, okay, give me the Facebook of this teacher. So we went. I talked to this teacher. I told, look, I'm interested in going and starting this language. Okay,
Yeah.
with you, because this A1 to C1 is 1,000 euros, right? Yeah, okay. So at that point, I was around A2 Swedish. I pushed myself to reach till A2 Swedish. But then his class, the class that he was starting at that time, he was starting B1,
Okay.
B1 Swedish. So you meet online, right? B1 Swedish was starting at around, it used to be around 8 o'clock in the night. So you have class till 10 o'clock in the night. So the B1 Swedish, we started. I told him, look, what I can do is I can offer you 400 euros right now. The remaining of the money, I will pay. I don't know how, but I will pay. Okay? We started B1. My first day, B1. I don't understand.
Mm.
So we started B1, me and my friend called Hussein.
The Syrian
Hussein,
guy.
Hussein is he's a Kenyan guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Somali. Yeah. But I remember this 400 euros I was able to pay because I had talked to my girlfriend and she was a nurse, right? See, she's a nurse in Poland and she had me. So I
Yeah.
was able to pay 400 euros. The remaining of the money, I just told him, look, I'll pay it. But later on, the remaining of the money I came to pay later on when I started working in Norway. The remaining of the money. That's how good this guy was. He was very, very, very understandable.
Yeah.
So we started B1 with Hussein. The first class was really hard. So now I had to push to finish A2 very quickly so that I can catch up and understand the B1.
With the B1, yeah.
Yeah. Now Hussein gave up.
Uh-oh.
He gave up. Me, I continued. You're going to class, and every time you go to B1, when you finish A2, now the more you push A2, the more you start understanding B1. You know? So I started doing classes B1. It reached a point B1 was okay. I could understand what we were doing in class. So we used to have classes 4 times a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then on Saturday, we have what we call Sport Cafe. So Sport Cafe is where we just meet on Saturday online and we just talk Swedish. We just talk Swedish. The Swedish that you don't know, the Swedish that you know, there's a teacher there who will correct you. You just talk.
Aha.
But I realized the secret was if you want to learn a language, you need to listen. So it's like a baby. When a baby is born in, let's say, Norwegian environment or Kenyan environment, they don't go to school to learn Swahili, right? You just talk to the baby in Swahili, and all of a sudden you see the baby is talking in Swahili. You realize it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I realized the secret is to listen to many podcasts as much as possible so that the words start getting into your brain.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when you go to Sport Cafe, because you've listened as many podcasts as possible, the words start coming to your brain. When you start talking, you can start, you can fetch in the words. It may not be perfect, but it comes. It
Yeah.
comes. You need to play with the speaking now. And that used to be every Saturday. So every night after the Swedish, I'm listening to podcasts. Bro, I would listen to podcasts the whole night. I would just sit and listen to podcasts. Listen to podcasts. Listen to podcasts. Of course, sometimes you repeat it so that you try to master all words. But then
Yeah.
I realized at the same time, if you're trying to listen to podcasts, the best way to do it is not to try to listen to get the whole words in the sentence. You try to listen to get what this thing is about.
Context.
Yeah, the context. Just try to get the context. Don't care
Yes.
about if you've gotten all the words because you will not get all the words.
When you get the context, then you understand the
Then you
region.
understand what is going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was how it was. So you'd
You know,
listen and
that's
then you go.
I make the same joke when I say I speak and understand Spanish, but only if I'm the one who initiated the conversation, because now I am in control of the context.
I understand. Yeah. So what
Yeah.
happens is 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. You do at this time, you're living in a single room. It was very tough, really tough. And someone who really supported me at that time was my lady. She really supported me. She was working. She had already started working because she would understand Polish really good. And she was born. She
Was
was
she
born in.
was she
No, she was.
European?
Like, she's Nepali, but she had been raised in Poland.
Okay.
So for her, Polish was easy. So she was able, with nursing degree, get a job immediately in Poland.
Yeah.
And so she was supporting me in terms of upkeep. Yeah. So what happens is uh, 8 to 10, you have this Swedish, Monday to Thursday, and then after Swedish class, you start listening to podcast. It would reach a point you would enjoy the podcast because now you enjoy the stories in the podcast.
Because you
And
just
then
caught the context,
yes,
and
yes,
now the
and
rhythm
then
catches
remember,
up with you.
yeah,
Yes.
and then remember in B1 you learn new vocabularies. On Saturday you're in library.
Yes.
Saturday you're in library during the day. In the evening you're in Spro Cafe. Of
Yeah.
course you have during the daytime weekdays you have your medical. You have to do it, right?
And you're still doing stash.
Of course you're doing stage, but now I had made it in such a way that my stage was daytime so that I can
Yeah.
be able to manage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was how it was. Went from B1, finished B1, B2. So that was around, let's say around January, February
2023.
2024.
2024.
Yeah, 2024, January, February, March, around there. February, March, I was able to understand Swedish till the point where but I applied for a job in Norway. So
Okay.
first, before you apply for a job in Norway, you have to get a license, Norwegian medical license.
Yeah.
So I had an Indian friend of mine who we studied together in med school. And he had already started learning Norwegian since he was in fifth year. When I was thinking about UK, he was thinking about Norway. Okay. And he got a job in Norway. So I told him, look, my dad is really sick. I need to be near my dad. You know, please show me how to get this Norwegian license. So
Ah,
this guy showed me how to get the Norwegian license. And the thing about the Norwegian medical license, I think you don't need a language proof. You don't need a language certificate to get the license. You just need to have studied within the European Union, and you don't need an exam to get the medical license. You just apply and you get it. So I
yeah.
applied. I remember I applied it in December. Around there, I got my license in February. I didn't knew it would come. I just got an email. You've got the license. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, so because I have the license, I said, okay. I asked this guy, how do you apply for jobs? And then he showed me. There's like a government portal, and then you just go and create your profile. You
Profile.
put your documents there. You put your references, and because I had worked in the daytime stage, so I had contacts. I had
Yeah.
people to be my reference, and I just saw a job. I applied, just applied. I never knew it would come. Just applied. They ring me, Bana. They ring me the next day. They tell me, "Is this something you understand?" What? Because Norwegian dialect is totally different from Swedish. It's like
Yeah.
hearing a Ambaluya speaking Swahili and a Mombasa speaking Swahili. That's how it works.
Uh-huh.
That's how it sounds.
Yeah.
Norwegian and Swedish. It's the same thing. 95% of the words are the same, but the dialect is totally different. So they call me, is this Santa? I was like, yeah. Uh, do you want to come for an interview? I was like, yeah, you applied for a job in psychiatry. Do you want to come for an interview? I was like, yeah. But I wouldn't understand everything they were telling me, all the words. I would understand it is about an interview. So I told them, hey, look, Just send me this conversation, a summary of this conversation in my email, and put the date and the time of the interview, and send me the link,
Yeah.
bro. Within a few hours, they send me everything. I thought it was a joke, bro. I look, the interview is tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Do you know what happened? That night I didn't sleep, never slept. When it reached around 12 o'clock at night, it was cold, winter, bro. I
Yeah.
took my jacket, went out in the street, bro. At night, Gdansk, cold. I'm talking to myself, bro. I'm talking Swedish to myself. I am imagining someone is interviewing me because that was the only opportunity I got. And I told myself I'll not crash this opportunity. So I'm talking. Jag heter Santa Katana. They kommer from Kenya. I'm just talking to myself, but I'm speaking in Swedish. You know? So I'm imagining all the questions they can ask me, and I'm speaking in Swedish, and I'm talking to myself. Came back home. I went to the town. I walked all the way to the town, the main town, main street. I was just talking to myself in Swedish, just practicing. Came back home around 3 o'clock. Slept, woke up. 10 o'clock. The first question. Tell me about yourself. I Bro, I smashed it. I smashed it. I smashed it, yeah. And then they told me, how long do you think you can start? I told them I need to get the visa. How long will you take to get the visa? Of course, I knew to get the visa was around 8 weeks, but I told them 4 weeks, you know, so that they don't change their mind. I
Uh-huh.
knew to wait weeks to get the visa.
So you can lock it in.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it was 2 months to get the permit, not visa, permit.
Yeah.
To get the working permit. It's usually 8 weeks. But I knew it was 8 weeks, but I told them 4 weeks. They send me the contract. You know, once you've signed the contract, that's it. The next time I'm landing in Kenya, going to the Norwegian embassy, because at that time I didn't have the Polish residence permit, but I was legal in Poland. You understand? I didn't have the temporary residency Polish permit. I didn't have it. What happened
Yes.
is, when I was in Poland, because of stage, I could get the permit of stay.
Okay.
But then Polish 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 rules for getting residency permit is you need to have an insurance. But
Uh-huh.
I didn't have sufficient money to get to pay for the health insurance.
Yeah.
So I had only the sufficient money to pay for a lawyer who can speed up the process.
Okay.
So I went to this application of my residence permit. Now I'm trying to go back. Okay, this is around September 2023. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how because you get around probably 1 month visa from the Nairobi embassy, and when you're in Poland you have to apply for a permit to be legal. Now one of these requirements for you to get a temporary permit is you need to get health insurance, and I didn't have the money to pay for the health insurance. And remember, stage is not a paid work,
You are the one
so
paying.
it doesn't come with the package of a normal employment, insurance,
Yeah.
health, and this. No, it's more of a voluntary work.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So what happened is I told my lawyer, hey, look, I don't have the health insurance. My lawyer was like, let's see if they can just stamp the passport to show that you are legal. That is what we were going for. Just stamp the passport. And that day when you were going to deliver the documents, me and my lawyer were looking at each other because we were not sure if they will stamp it. Because when
Yeah.
they stamp it, they're telling you, okay, now you're legal. You will just wait for us to process your document to get the permit. Of course, I knew the permit would not come out because there's a document missing. And it was not my problem. I didn't want it to come out. I didn't care
Yeah.
about it. I just want it to be in such a way that I'm not illegal.
To be validated.
Yeah, in such a way that if I want to apply for a visa next time, they will not tell me you exceeded your days.
Yes.
Yes. So for me, even if they didn't give me the permit, it is okay. They can take as long as they want to process it. Me, I
As
just
long
wanted
as your visa was validated.
Yeah, as long as my passport is validated that I'm legal to stay here, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So immediately I signed the contract. About 2 days, I was in the next flight to Kenya. Went back home, went to the Norwegian embassy, delivered the documents to the Norwegian embassy. I waited for 8 weeks. Then my permit came. My permit came around, so this was 2024, June. May 2024, my permit came. And then I traveled to Norway. I started my job in June 4th, 2024.
And now you're closer to your dad, which is what your
Yes,
plan was.
yes, and that was my plan. So,
Yeah.
of course, my dad picked me up from the airport and he drove me to my working place.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, the dialect is hitting you like really, really good. You understand the context, but you don't understand all the words, and they talk very fast, you know. But the good advantage I had was I was working in the psychiatry department, especially people with, it's called avrusning, people with substance abuse problem.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about alcoholics, people who take cocaine, all kind of drugs. Here they have a very good system for this guy,
Mm-hmm.
just to help them. So the thing is, you would go every day to meet a new patient, but you would not go alone. You'd go with a Norwegian nurse. You know.
And
So
you
what
and
happened?
you're and you're picking up the conversations from there.
Yes, of course, because
You
it's more of
you
a
get the cues.
yes, it's a combination of psychiatry and substance abuse
Yeah.
medicine. You know. So what happens is most of these things are just conversations with patients. Now that's where you build the language. Every day, and I would make sure every time there was a new patient, I'm the one who is taking it. I'm taking it, I'm taking it, I'm taking it. It reached a point they would just give me all the new patients who are coming. So in a day you could have probably two patients, and those two patients you have there's a book you need to go through with the patients, you know, like questions, and you know one question has like so many conversation inside it. You need to expand it, you know, and that built my language. That really built my language. I worked there from June till February
Yeah.
2025, and then in February 2025, what happened is I had applied for a job in neurology. Now I'm trying to get into medicine, right? I'd applied a job from in neurology department. I'd done the interview, and this job was like it was a higher position, okay? And I wasn't that qualified to get into it, okay? Because I'm just new in the system, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought the interview just went like that, okay? And then a few days later, I get an interview from the medicine department of this same hospital. Do you want to take an interview? So what I realized, I think they went and talked to each other because I didn't apply for the medicine department job. You know, I
Ah,
didn't
they
apply for the
shifted you
job.
around.
Yes, I didn't apply for the job in the medicine department. I
Yeah.
had applied for neurology, but then I think the neurology gave a word to the medicine department. So I'm getting a call, and this is where preparation comes, because of course now I'm in Norway and the language is okay, and now I've settled in. I could understand the language. Yes. So I started reading. I started going back to medicine. I'm just reading every night. I'm just reading till today, bro. Every night I read medicine till today. What happens is I had read constantly, and I'm having the interview there with the head of the medicine department,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me, "You have a patient with sepsis. What will you do?" And it is something you've just been reading. Bro, I crashed it. I crashed the interview and I got the job immediately after the interview. She was like, "When are you ready to start?" That was it. And that's how it has been till today. I'm here.
Man, you moved from psych to medicine,
Yes, so I moved from psych to medicine.
and they did that internally. They shifted your application from
Yeah,
urology
because
to
bro, I
medicine.
don't remember. I don't remember applying for this job. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I even went. I later on. I went and looked for the application. I didn't even see it. The only one I had was neurology, bro. You know.
Wow.
That was how it was. That's it.
And now you're
They-
gonna reach a lot of experience in medicine.
Yes, yes, bro. I've been working here since February till now. Remember, the medicine I was working back in Kenya is the one that really, really boosted me. Of course, you learn new things every day, bro. You learn new things every day. I work with very, very, very good doctors, bro. I work in gastromedicine department and I work with, bro, beast people who are really good, you know, and they teach me. So you learn more about uh, gastric diseases in the
Yeah.
GI system, and it's very interesting, extremely interesting.
How is your everyday like your regular day?
So me, I normally you start my day very early.
Yeah.
So right now I'm studying for this what we call the USMLE.
Hmm.
Because when the USMLE is a United States medical licensing exam. So for me, I don't want to have one plan. I would like having so many possibilities.
Yeah.
So yes, USMLE opens a door for you to go to work in Australia, to go to work in America, to go to work in Canada, and to go to work in New Zealand. It opens the door for you. So
So
I
UK is still not featuring there.
no, bro, why would I go to UK now? Why? Why would I go to UK, bro? Norway is one of the best places in the world, bro. I'm telling you, why would I go
So
to UK?
it's exactly what your father told you. If you're
Yes,
struggling to fit in, then it means it's not yours.
yeah, it's not yours exactly. It's look, bro. I came here. I came to Norway, and I didn't even do the Norwegian language exam. But then, when I landed, when I started working in the psychiatry, I said, "Okay, Santa. Now we are here. We are in. Now let's try to make sure that we have the language document with you." But this game I'm playing because it's a long game I'm playing in terms of so if you want to get the permanent residency, the passport,
Yeah.
you need to pass the language exam. So I
Yeah.
decided to clear it. So during the day in the psychiatry place, I would work from 8 to 4. At night, I'm in Norwegian school learning the language. But this time, I'm learning the language for the purpose of passing the exam. Went, passed the exam. Now I'm just waiting for my time. That's it.
Wow. So now you're doing medicine every day at
Yeah.
work.
So now I start work 8. So you start 8 till 4 o'clock. That's it. The
Yeah.
official work is like 8 to till 4 o'clock. But sometimes, if you're done with your assignments or you're done with your obligations, you can go home. It's not a
What is the most interesting case you have ever handled that still sticks out for you?
The most interesting case was a patient. I think it was last week. I had this conversation with my specialist. A patient came in uh, because of bleeding from the GI, so upper GI bleeding, you know, from the upper GI bleeding, upper gastrointestinal blood, uh, gastrointestinal tract bleeding, and they did a CT. You know what they saw in the CT? Cancer, bro, with metastasis to the liver, all the way to the heart. It had gone through the inferior vena cava, all the way to the heart. That was interesting. And the guy had very, very large stomach filled with fluids. And it was very, very interesting case. Very interesting. I wasn't there physically because this patient was admitted in the gastric surgery department, but my
Yeah.
specialist came and told me about the case, you know. And we discussed it and I asked her questions and we discussed about it. It was very interesting. But I also had another case, very interesting. I've realized many people who are old and they come in because of low hemoglobin levels.
Yeah.
Many of the time, it's usually cancer. So an old person comes in and he has low hemoglobin, and then you do a CT scan, you find there's like a big tumor in the colon, and then you take part in the colonoscopy with your specialist, and then
Yeah.
you see how cancer looks like in the colon. It's amazing. Very unusual.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What are the
So
underlying factors for all these cases?
sometimes, so it depends. It depends on the food you eat. Colorectal
Okay.
cancer. Sometimes there's what you call. Sometimes there's genetic factors which can contribute to colorectal cancer, but
Yeah.
sometimes also it can be environmental factors.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to ask a patient about the history of whether there was cancer history in the family. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But many a times the food, especially now, if you're eating more of processed food, can contribute to increase cases of cancer.
Whoa.
But it's very, very, very interesting. Extremely interesting.
And besides the language barrier,
Mhm.
do you get any other hindrances, specifically uh, racial profiling, um,
Here,
discrimination?
there's nothing like discrimination, bro. Here,
No.
it's all about what you can do, bro. It's all
Oh,
about.
before I forget,
Yeah.
and this is why I'm asking you that question. And you are a podcast guy. Go look up. It's not a podcast. It's an NPR program.
Mhm.
Go look up this phrase. 55 miles per hour. That is for you, black man.
55 miles per hour.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
conversation about a doctor, a black doctor in America, and
Mhm.
the limitations that he had to face simply because of the color of his skin, even when he was the most qualified person in the room. And
Yes, yes.
much of the pushback was coming from the patients who did not believe that he was qualified enough to treat them. Very
Me
sad
here,
story.
55 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's even I think this one my dad has showed me before. There's even an I think where was he coming from? There's a doctor coming, I think coming from Mali or something like that, who went to China and he
Hmm.
studied Chinese medicine, and then it was very difficult for him to get patients at first. But then later on, patients started believing in him.
Yeah.
Those stories are there. Those stories
Yeah.
are there, and those stories are things that gives you motivation, to just keep on going. But in Norway, I've never faced, honestly speaking, I've never faced discrimination. Never.
So why were you not practicing the language with your dad?
There's no point. It
Huh?
it was not in my path to come here. It was accidental.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never knew I would go into Norway. Me, I had focused about going to UK. I had focused about going to Norway.
Man.
So when I started learning Swedish, I thought about going to Sweden,
Yeah.
and then something comes up. You know. And you cannot say, I can't understand the language. No, you just push it and you go with it
Yeah.
and you acclimatize. That's how it
there
works.
is there is that parody that people play around that Bill Gates needed people who spoke. I can't remember what the language was. Let's just say Chinese. And two Kenyans applied. And and when the elimination came in, there were only two Kenyans left in the room. And so the interviewer told them, okay, now speak the language amongst each other. They started speaking Swahili. You are like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can speak it. And then you go in there and you figure it out when you're inside.
that's how it works. Like right now, I told you, right now I'm studying for this United States medical licensing exam.
Yeah.
So when what happens is you do the first step and then you do the second step, and then afterwards you try to go to America to do some medical electives. So
Hmm.
it's like internships, and you get contacts. You need to get contacts as well. You know. So that I'm just trying to create plan B. I don't want to just have one plan, just in
Yeah, I
case.
was I, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah,
How does your future look like?
for me, bro, I fight every day, every day, every day. The only thing in my head is to create a better future for my generation, and that's why I want to do these exams. So in New Zealand, they have a law that says if you worked in Norway for 4 years, you get immediate registration in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Australia, it's not the same. Of course, when you have a New Zealand license, you will get an Australian license at the end.
Yeah.
But in Australia, you have to do what we call the USMLE.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So right now, I don't know where I will take my special. I will take my training in specialization. I don't know which country to, because I'm
But
I'm weighing.
it doesn't sound like it's anywhere in Kenya.
No, I'm not going back to Kenya, bro. Look, my friends who started med school finished. Who started med school in 2020, 2016, finished in 2024. That is 2 years after I'm done. We started together in 2016. They started in UN, I started in Poland, and they finished in 2024. Okay, Kenya residents. So specialization training, you have to pay for it, and you pay around 800,000 shillings per year. You don't get paid to go to work, and you have to pay the specialization training. So you tell me, how will I go and tell my parents, please pay me 800,000 shillings per year for 6 years? How will it work? And that's why you see many young doctors in Kenya who are doing specialization. They have to work in the private sector just to get the money. But then the private sector, because there are so many of them who want to work in the private sector, they're getting less amount of money. They're taken advantage of. Understand?
Do you think the system in Kenya, and you experienced a part of that, where they were where you had to be entered into a rotary system and be posted by essentially the government. Do you think that is self-defeating? The control the control the government has over the medical professionals?
I think the posting thing it's a good thing. Why?
Okay.
Because it enables people to first know their country. So, for example, if you have been in the coast all your life and you got posted in Webuye or something like that, it's a new place.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's good. Now, the problem is after internship, there is nowhere you're going. You tell me. Right now, they're paying doctors probably less than after tax. So they used to pay 144,000, I think, around there.
Mhm.
After tax, you get around that money. Now you tell me 144,000 per month. In a year, you can be, if you say really good, you can get a million.
That's
Okay?
a thousand plus euros.
Yeah. So if you say very good for 12 months, remember the internship is 12 months. If you say
Yes.
very good for 12 months, you can get a million. That's like 1 million Kenyan shillings, right?
Yeah.
Now, if 1 year of residency costs 800,000 shillings, what will a million do for you?
Man.
It's nothing. That's why I can't go back home. And I had seen this before. I had seen this, and that's why I wanted to go back and do stage. Because what happens is you end up in two choices. One, you either go to UK and do plab. Now the UK market right now is shit. Doctors are not getting jobs in UK right now. So now you're competing between you, a doctor who studied in Kenya, and a doctor who studied in UK, and another one who came from, I don't know, India or European Union countries who are more experienced than you.
Yeah.
Who will get the job?
The Indian will get one before you do.
No, I'm just telling you, Yani.
Yeah. And also in the UK, NHS has the control over the manpower.
The manpower, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about the Kenyan system is what is really bringing us down is health is devolved to the counties.
Yes.
And because health is devolved to the counties, now people are stealing so much. The interns are employed by the national government, not the counties.
Hmm.
And that's the positive side of it. But otherwise, after internship, you're not, there's nothing about you. Nothing. Unless you leave. Now to leave, you need money. You need resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a whole new wave of the 21st century brain drain still going on.
The brain drain is too much, bro. It cannot stop. Because at the same time, you need to realize is we all need food, right? And you will
Yeah.
go to the best environment, which gives you the best resources. Of course, someone would want to remain in their country, yes. But then if there's nothing going on, what will you do?
Wow.
Yeah.
So the choices are New Zealand, Australia, and America. What is your first choice?
My first choice is always Norway. That's my first choice.
I see what you did there. You have to pay the piper.
You understand? Eh? Yeah. So, but Norway is really good, bro. Here it's really, really good. Really good working conditions. Really good training system. But if I would choose, probably I would choose, of course, number one in Norway. Number two, probably Australia.
Okay. Do you would you rather stay there long enough to become a specialist, or would you want to transfer whatever you already have and get the specialty out in another country?
If I get this, if for right now, like right now, if I get a specialty training place here, I will be here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
so
saying. It depends. It depends. So, like in Norway, there's what we call the least one. Okay, so the least one is your first year of specialization training, and so I have applied 2 times and I haven't gotten it till now. So the next application is next week. We are going to apply
okay.
again. So we will see if I'll get it. So
Yeah.
the thing is, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm looking for plan B, just in case it takes time for me to get.
Do you get to get the referrals from your specialists that have worked with you on rotations?
Of course, in Norway, you have to get a referral.
Yeah.
You have to get two references. You have to put anything you apply in Norway.
Yeah.
They believe in word between each other. You know, they talk to each other. That's
Yeah.
what they believe. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm waiting for the applications will open. So I might not get. The thing about here is even if you don't get, you still have you can still work
Yeah.
as a specialty training doctor,
Correct.
and you still get good money, which you can never get in Kenya. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a consultant in Kenya who is paid by the government the amount of money people get. There's no.
And the exposure, it's invaluable.
Of course, the exposure, the good medical system, the
Mm.
good like medical equipments. You know,
Yeah.
so it's something I can never complain about.
And the whole ecosystem, the fundamentals are working. So you're not worried.
Yes, yeah,
You're not worried about what you shouldn't be worried about.
nah. The
Yeah.
only thing sometimes I'm worried about is some. You know me, I like. I don't like being on the same place for a long time without seeing change. You know.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm trying to look for plan B, just in case. So I'm giving myself probably 2 years, just in case I don't get into specialization in 2 years, then I will try something else.
What happened to the
But
Himalayan girl?
who, Nepali?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're still together, bro. Yeah,
Is she still a nurse?
yeah, she's still a nurse and she's still working in the nursing industry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you are a good one.
yeah, and she's learning Norwegian now, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, she's learning Norwegian because I just applied for her nursing license the other day.
Yeah.
And it takes they said it will take 3 months for the processing of a nursing license, and she will get it because she studied in the EU. It's not a big deal, but she's learning the language right now, just the way like she paid for me, and then I'm doing the favor. But
Man. Sounds like a keeper.
she's good. Yani, she's okay. Yani, if it's totally different, bro, you know, it's totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who think totally different. Yani.
Nice.
Mm.
And your brother, what happened to him?
So him, he
The
went back to
the
Kenya.
the
The
Italian
same
guy.
thing. The same thing. He got a job in Italy. Okay,
Yeah.
he got a job. For us, we believe we are not so much obsessed with the European nations. For us, we are not so much obsessed with them. And we believe in going for our dreams more than being satisfied in one place. Like I told you, if I stay here 2 years, max 3 years, and I don't get a specialization place, I will leave.
How old are you right now?
Bro, I'm 28.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the entire future ahead of you.
Yeah. So with my brother, he got a job in Italy.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he got a job in Kenya with APSA. So APSA
Okay.
was giving good money as compared to Italy was paying 800 euros per month.
Yeah.
Remember, you're in Italy, what will 800 euros do? And in APSA, you're getting, bro, at least 200.
Nice.
Of course, he chose APSA.
So he went to Kenya.
Yeah, he went to APSA. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still in APSA. He's still in APSA, but now he got an interview with the Norwegian company called Equinor. He had applied for a job in Norway as well, and
Yeah.
he got the interview for Equinor. So we wait and see how it goes.
He's your only sibling.
Yeah, he's my only brother.
So what does it say about your father? Because I have listened to you very keenly on how
Yeah,
much emphasis of your journey your father is involved in.
for us, our dad has been there.
Man.
Uh, there was a period he wasn't there, but he has been very strong with us to
Yeah.
guide us. That's why I'm telling you, we're not in a facade whereby we want to work vicious cycle, whereby you're afraid of leaving your work just because you have bills to pay, not that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's really against that. So he says if something, he himself told me, if within 2 to 3 years you don't get something, you just go. We go find another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
Man.
he has
He's your
been,
North Star.
bro, my dad is everything, bro. There's some things you go through here. It's not easy, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you get home and you just talk to someone, because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Everyone needs one of those.
Yes, yes, yes. Especially
Yes.
fathers play a very important role
Yeah.
in this thing. You need, bro. This guy is very, yani he's very extremely focused, even to the point of my finances. Yani he really, really. If he sees me spending money in a absurd way, he gets so angry. That's how he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I to the point I even managed to buy a one-bedroom apartment, and I rented it out.
In Norway.
Yeah.
Sweet. There you
But
go.
you could have the opportunity, of course, you could have opportunity to live in it,
Yeah.
but because the job I'm in is more of non-specialty training, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be stuck in a mortgage in a situation whereby I don't know what my future
Correct. Yeah.
is. So I prefer someone paying for me. Of course, the profit is not so much, but yes, but your mortgage is getting paid, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
But you're always on the upside.
Of course, it's
Yes.
always on the upside, but the real estate game is you have to be patient.
Correct.
It's a 10-year, 20-year game. You don't start getting money right now. You have to be extremely patient. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Man, I'm very happy for you, bro. So you are saying there is no
They
opening for the Kenyan girls to put their applications for a
no,
Giriama
bro.
guy in Norway?
Nah, what- nah. Me, I'm okay with the woman I have. So that's
Well,
okay.
the guys are happy for you. I don't know about the women.
I mean, there's so many things. It's not just the beauty you need to look at. It's not just the
Oh,
the shape.
Himalayas are beautiful. Himalayas are
Of course,
beautiful.
of
I
course they
I
are.
I
They
have
are.
seen them.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are. That's true. I'm not against it. But there's so many things you need to look at when you're looking for a partner. So many
yeah.
things. Yeah. So
And she sounds
many.
like a very solid girl.
Yeah, she is, bro. She is, bro. Especially
Yeah.
those days I was doing Swedish, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. Bro, I've gone through so much things, so many things, so many things,
Yeah,
so many
man.
things. That's why if I come to spaces and I tell my story, it's not like I'm bragging. I'm just I'm just very happy. I managed it, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. And now
Yeah, bro.
for you, and probably this is not the place to talk about it. For you to have gone whatever you have gone through as a doctor, the
Mhm,
whole the whole enchilada,
mhm,
and then you come to the space, and there is this fake Muslim guy faking to be a doctor.
mhm.
It's infuriating. Do you remember that guy that was faking to be a doctor?
Yeah. But you know, I've learned
Ismail.
that. Yeah, Ismail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him. Yeah. Mhm.
It's an insult to the journey of the profession.
Of course, you feel an insult, but sometimes you just brush it off, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just brush it off. I mean, it has not been an easy journey, and I feel like I don't know why every time I sleep, there's just something in me that just tells me I need to do the USMLE. It
Yeah.
just tells me, you know, I just need to do it, you know. That's how. So I'm doing it in March, there, around there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to have so many plans as possible,
Yeah.
so many, so that you don't depend on one thing. You know?
And the American exam, do you need to sit it in America or you can do it online?
No, you do it in Germany. So you take 8 hour exam. It's an 8 hour exam, bro. 8 hour
Okay.
exam.
Yeah.
Mhm. You sit for 8 hours, and then of course you have breaks in between the 8 hours. And then
Yeah.
if you pass the first one, you go to the second one. Now, because I get good capital from my work.
Yeah.
What happens? If I'm able to pass this first one and the second one, so I can go to America and do like an internship during the time when I'm in leave. Like here, you get like 4 weeks, 5 weeks leave. I can just go take my leave in America. Understand?
Yeah.
And during the leave, I get to do like rotations or something like that.
Correct.
Get to familiarize yourself with the system. You know, you never know. I could apply for a residence, and you know the good thing about the American system is you get the residence immediately after you finish.
Yes.
It doesn't take long. You know, this is
Yeah.
really good. So I'm trying to see, just being open, yeah. You know?
And there is no language barrier there. It's a huge
Yeah,
added
but here
advantage.
there is no even here there is no language barrier, you know, because
Yeah.
this language I've cleared it. It's not that now it reaches a point where you can be able to understand it
Yeah.
like another one. Yeah. Of course your speaking would not be as natural as them, but you can understand almost everything they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm happy for you, bro. That is such a serious journey. The
Yeah.
focus that and the fortitude of mind that you need to put yourself into to know that you have to delay gratification for you to enjoy it in the future. That those kind of moments, those lessons are invaluable.
And it's not easy, bro. Sometimes you doubt yourself so much, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've met people who get the first year of specialization in Norway immediately right after school.
Yeah.
You know, so you meet those people and you doubt yourself. You ask yourself, "Am I good enough?" You know. But then sometimes you talk to your dad, and your dad is like, wait, what are you so? We focus, it come. You
Yo
know,
sasa. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We look for another thing. You know,
Holy moly, bro. Keep winning, bro. Keep winning. Keep winning. Keep winning.
it's not easy,
Reiki,
bro. Not easy.
Reiki in all those certificates, Reiki in all those experiences, Reiki in all those specialties. Hit as many countries as you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, I want to do cardiac surgery, so I don't know where I'll do it, but I just want.
So you're still going back to the motivation from Benny Carson.
Yeah, but you know, Ben Carson is a neurosurgeon. Yeah,
Yeah.
me, I want to do cardiac surgery.
All right. I was fortunate enough to somebody sent me a client and I didn't know who he was. But
Mhm,
when I saw the worksheet
mhm.
and the private jet manifesto, I I double checked the name online and
Okay.
he was the head of the cardio surgery at the Mayo Clinic,
Walai.
and he had operated on the Saudi king before he died. So when I'm meeting him,
Mhm.
I know so much about him, so I'm cueing him into that direction.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 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 yeah.
16,000 heart operations under his belt.
16,000. Bro, you know what it means to reach that kind of level?
He had been offered, and he was the one telling me this. He had been offered a job when Obama was president to head the Department of Health, and he turned it down. But when Trump came this second time, we met recently with him. When
Mhm.
Trump came recently, in this new lease of life,
Mhm.
he accepted an offer to be an advisor in the Department of Health. So he's
Oh,
like a consultant now for the White House. He's retired. He's no longer working at the Mayo Clinic.
yeah.
But he get this guy, man.
Why
I
don't
was telling him, you are God. And he's like, no, 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 no. 16,000 heart operations.
Bro, do you know how much money that is? Bro, do you know how much money this guy is raking? Shh.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Especially America, bro. To be that kind of level.
Yes.
It's, it's amazing,
I,
bro.
I also was fortunate to be in the presence of another doctor. This is through my company that does organ transplant
Yeah.
logistics.
Mhm.
And I had been scheduled to pick a group of doctors at the private airport. They were flying in,
Yeah.
and and bring them to the children's hospital.
Yeah.
And then the plane that was going to transport them had a problem in another city.
Mhm.
So there was a change of plan, and I was told, can you send somebody to come to the children's hospital and take them to Dallas? I
And
was
how big is the distance between where you are and Dallas?
almost 3 hours.
Oh.
I was just driving on the highway off of the exit to the children's hospital. So I exited and I said, I'm taking this myself. I go
Yeah.
there, pick up a group of, a team,
Yeah.
and this doctor sits in the front with me.
Mhm.
And there is a woman, and there's, I think, two other guys. And now I have this guy for almost 3 hours on the drive to Dallas.
Shit.
This guy had operated, well, we were going to Dallas to
Mhm.
pick up a donated heart
Mhm.
from a 2-year-old kid.
Mhm.
So they needed to go and harvest that donated organ
Mhm.
and bring them back here at the children's
Mhm.
hospital and put it on a 3-year-old baby, a 3-year-old kid,
Mhm.
which is why they couldn't wait for another flight,
Of course.
because
Yeah.
the condition of the kid, the recipient, was worsening.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
was this now urgency. But in the course of the drive to Dallas, this guy gave me stories from here to Kenya and back.
Tell me, bro.
He had operated, in his experience, on 3-year-old kids, did a heart transplant on kids, and then continued seeing these kids, through the consultancy, in his private
Yeah.
consultancy. And now he was like,
Mhm.
these kids invite me to their high school, to their college graduation when they are 21 years old.
Amazing.
When do you know who Dick Cheney is? The vice president,
No,
Dick Cheney.
no,
He
right.
was the vice president to George W. Bush
Mm-hmm.
from 2001 to 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Cheney had a heart problem,
Mm-hmm.
so he had been put on the wait list for a new heart.
Yeah.
And when he was doing his consultancy, this guy was the doctor to Dick Cheney, the vice president. And Dick Cheney would go to Houston to his practice for consultancy. And he said when finally Dick Cheney got the heart, he said he was not the one who manually put the heart on Dick Cheney, but he was in the group of the team of doctors that did that. This guy have seen, because I was asking him, so when you put it on a 3-year-old, this heart is 2 years old. When you put it on a 3-year-old, is it going to grow with the kid? And he's like, yeah, it grows with the kid. I've seen several of those grow up with the kid until they are 21.
Man, this is amazing.
Interesting, bro. Interesting.
You know what I think? I think I just got an idea right now.
Yeah.
I think I'll do the step 1, step 2, and maybe try to get a clinical rotation in Texas.
Yeah.
But then I have a Polish license. Okay.
Okay.
If I can work for you for free, just to meet these guys,
Yeah.
I don't need money. It's okay. I just want to drive so that I can meet them.
Yeah.
Because I just need one meeting. Only one. Nothing more.
Bro, the kind of stories I get from
If I can be able to get,
that part of the business is crazy.
yeah, of course. I just need, the thing about medical industry is contacts. Contacts is everything.
Yeah.
If you get a contact, that's it. And if you have those access to those contacts, I can push myself to clear step 1 and step 2 and pay for a clinical rotation in a hospital. Okay? Because you have to pay for it. I pay for clinical rotation in a hospital. I plan myself. I pay accommodation. I just need to drive your car. I don't need your money. I just need to get them. That's it. That's what I have on it.
Those connections are invaluable. I have a photo when we used to wear masks.
Yeah.
My company was very new at the time. I have a photo with a team of doctors that had come to Seaton Hospital in downtown to harvest. I'm not sure whether no, it was not a heart. It was the liver and the kidney or something. And it was a Iraqi. The main doctor was Iraqi. The woman was from Argentina or some South American country. The other guy was Italian, and there was a black guy from the Caribbean. That team had flown in from Florida.
Yeah.
When we got to talking, the Caribbean black guy told me that his specialty is mainly harvesting corneas in Florida. My mother had gotten a cornea from Florida. So I was telling him the story, and I was showing him the photos of post yes, with 26 threads on a cornea smaller than a paper punch. And he was telling me, chances are your mother's cornea passed through my hands, unbeknown to any of us. So that whole freaking world is a whole different area, man.
Bro, you're really
Whole
motivated.
different world.
Any, I feel like, I feel like the States is king in medical expertise. I don't know. I just feel like it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially the children hospitals, because much of the activities happen at it's called Dell. The Dell computer guy, the Michael Dell. He created a hospital for the children. Now it's called Dell Children's Hospital, and now it's run by Seton. And much of the activities there, and the craziest of stories are coming from those kind of teams that come to, in relation to that hospital. But as a whole, it's an interesting world to be in the front seat to observe these miracles and the miracle workers in the medical field.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And when you're meeting these people, you just don't go and tell them, "Hey, I need residency." No, bro. You just tell them, "Look, can I volunteer?" That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I will do it. I will do it.
If your path brings you to America, that will be a game changer, because there's a whole new dynamic about the way the medicine practice America happens, and because of the sheer volume of medical cases in America of any field.
Yeah.
So the experience is so much. The
said,
volume
bro,
is so high. You get to learn so much.
I don't know how I'll reach there, but I will just reach. I don't know how. We are just running. Something will happen on the way. That's how it is.
That's the spirit, bro. That's the
I don't
spirit.
know how, but I'm just going.
Yeah.
That's it. Just
right,
taking advantage of.
Good luck with everything. I'm happy for you, man. Keep winning,
No
keep
worries.
winning, keep winning. Keep
No
that girl.
I have to.
Keep that girl, man. All right.
Take care, bro.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Good stories, man. Keep winning.
No worries.
All
Keep
right.
winning as well.
Thank you.